Okay, here's what we got now. We built our forward piece here. I've showed you how to do that. I've glued this one on. I just used strictly Starbond. Glued it really well through there. Seems to have worked fine. I've cut that line, that arc that we created here. Did some sanding here. You know, look down at go, Shaped this profile a little bit. Cut out our where our bull nose is going to mount. And look at that. We're just about home free with the shaping of our center section. And then I ran into a little glitch here. I started thinking about it. The cowling is designed to sit on this original profile here of this upper area. We've changed the profile, right? The the original spot. Remember, we can see where our original bull nose was. It would have sat somewhere in that neighborhood there. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a pretty nice match for that profile, which is what we want. Now, of course, it's moving forward somewhere in this neighborhood. Can you see we have ourselves a profile problem that we need to correct? How we're going to do that? We're going to take that original profile shape. We're going to lay it on our new piece. This is our, not only the piece we are using, but it's our template for all of the other center section pieces. We lay this one on here. The original, one of the originals. Remember, we've cut the nose off. We're going to go forward 1.5 inches, right? Basically, we're shifting the profile forward. Where? Yeah, 1 1/16, right around there. Line them up together. We see we have a problem here. Remember, we've lowered the bull nose and brought it forward so it came down naturally. I'm going to bring that down to match. And I don't know if you can see that in the GoPro, but you can see the difference between the profile we need and the profile of our new center section piece. So let's put a couple clamps on that real quick just to hold it for us. Set it down on here, give us something to work on. And we'll mark that. What happens beyond here isn't all that critical, okay? We'll just kind of blend that together. That should be more or less beyond where our profile needs to be. Yeah, somewhere in this neighborhood here. And we'll just make this rear section made up to this reasonably well. But that should have given us a nice mark of what we need to remove, okay? Oh, this is so tough. Still working on trying to build the new shop. Boat Shop 2.0. Boat Shop Junior is a tough place to work. We got a little bit more to go. A little tricky in here too. The lighting isn't great. I didn't remove it all. I wanted to get close, and then we'll sneak up on it the rest of the way by hand. And your eye won't lie to you too bad. I wear bifocals now, so things look a little bit odd. But this here actually, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. these ends have flared up on me a little bit. I'll work on that in the new version. So if this doesn't touch, that doesn't bother me. I know that I just need to get it close. And when I lay up new cowlings, I'll work on making that fit just a little bit better there. You can see it's just a little bit high right up there at that front part. But the overall shape is pretty close now. I see a spot right here. Actually, I can still see a little bit of that pencil line. Yeah, look at that. Maybe forward a little bit more. I mean, we're pretty good. I think I could knock a little bit more out here and there. But you get the idea, okay? This is going to be a little bit trickier for you because you don't have the cowling in your hand yet. But what we really should wind up with is a good mate for this original shape. And if you sand it to that, yeah, like that's really, really close. If you sand it to that, it's going to fit, okay? Now what do we have here? What we have here, let's eyeball it. Okay, that's a nice look. Slightly raised section there. Okay, we have a nice arc on the top. We have our arc down below. Check this out, by the way. You've made your floor now, right? See, a few screws to attach it behind this section here. In this open area, a good clue is the original floor. You can see where the frame pieces are going to set, so you want to be, ooh, look at that. I might have gotten a bad spot there. That's all right. We can change that. Okay. Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem. Plenty of room. Okay. So you want to hit in an area where there's not going to be framework sitting on it. Okay, like that. I stuffed a few of the old bullnose pieces up underneath here, about where I wanted it to be. This is our new right side non-trip. See how that sits? Hope you can see it. Isn't that pretty? That's the way she's going to look. Awesome. Now, we glue this section on our other, on our left side non-trip. And now everything patterns off of this piece. We'll get this glued on, lay this over. We'll draw our lines, sand it, make it meet this one. We'll do the same with both of these inner pieces here. Gonna add on to that forward piece. There, you get the idea. Sand to shape, cut and sand, okay? Got any questions? Hit the comments. I do read them all. I don't necessarily always reply super quick. In fact, rarely. Because I get a lot of them. And I'm busy trying to work. I'll help you if I can. Okay? All right. Keep working. Get back at it. Oh, hey, let's glue that on. I'll show you how I go about that. Piece of wax paper. Your wife's got some. Go in the kitchen there, act like you're going in to get a cookie or something, and grab the box of wax paper. This is what we're going to do our gluing over, right? I'm going to hit both pieces. I want to be a little bit generous. I don't want it running all over the place, but I want it to soak into the grain a little bit. You may notice here, when you get these pieces, they're laser cut. In other words, it burns through the wood, and you can see it leaves a burn residue. It's probably totally harmless, but I always just grab the the block and sand that, knock some of that burn look off of there a little bit. I just want to make sure that the end of the grain is open because I want this to soak down into it. If you've got glue just standing on the surface, this is why gluing plastics and stuff is difficult. Really? Did it? Oh, there we go. Gluing plastics is difficult. You got to scuff the heck out of them first to try to give the glue something to hold to. And so we're just going to put enough on there where I can be fairly confident that it's, as we speak, it's reaching down into the grain. It's not going to go very far, but and remember, this part doesn't have to be brutally strong anyway because it will get laminated with the sponson runners. You can't see any of this, can you? These are nice. If you use my link, you can go into the Starbond there and not only buy Starbond, but you can get a whole bunch of these tips and bottles. And I buy the Starbond in a big. I think it's a 16 ounce. And where'd my oh. And then just refill those little bottles and change those tips all the time when they get screwed up. That's dumb. Come on. I'm not happy. I can't see it literally pushing out here. We're going to stand just a little bit more on there. One of the things I really like about this stuff is it just seems to have just the right consistency. There we go. That's still not quite filling in the way I want, but it should be fine. I think a good chunk of that's going to get pushed out. I'm just going to kind of hold it snugly together for a moment. That should be all it takes. It's nice, doesn't stick. This will be the first time I have ever used Starbond for assembly purposes. A lot of repair, a lot of race day repair. Oh, look at that. Big gap there. That is unpleasant. Let's run some down in there right now. There should be enough kicker to jump in there and set it. I know I'm putting a lot on there. Then I'm going to glue it onto my fingers. Don't try this at home. Okay, that filled up nicely. And that's all it takes. That's all I really care about. I did glue a piece. Let's see here. An hour or so ago, I just glued that piece straight on. I'm sure it would break pretty easily, but it's not bad. Let's break it. Okay. I don't mind that. I like it. And for a laminated piece, it's going to be great. Okay. You got your assignments now. Make your pieces. Get them glued on there. Do your shaping. Start with one of them. Work with the one. Get it where you want it. Get it doing what it ought to do. Let me look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 1/8-inch pieces underneath there to bring the floor up. If you're trying to follow along and you're going to build it the way I'm building it, that's pretty much the spot. Okay. You don't need to leave that under there. It's not that important for right now. It was just for me to look at and say, yes, I am doing a thing that I like, or no, I don't. Yeah, and so, yes, I like it. All right, stick 4 of them underneath there on your new floor and make your pieces. Get them glued on. And now just keep going, okay? Shape this one. Do the same thing with these. You can do this yourself now. Cut these pieces out, add it on there. This one here, remember, you're not shaping it later. You got to target this thing here at 1.5 inches. You know, when you stick this piece on, shoot for your solid 1.5 inches, and that is all, and get the same square. You know what I mean? Take your time and get this part positioned just right. And then shape it according to this. It's very simple. You'll see when you do this one, you will find that you don't line it up to the rear. See how that doesn't line up? How come? That's because this piece here is actually forward of this cutout. This one lands here where the other one lands all the way back. Okay, it'll all make sense eventually. So with this piece, you can line up these types of things, okay? That's how you're going to find your spot. Why do you care? Well, remember, because you're going to shape it according to that, okay? All right, so that's important to remember on this one section that you'll see has this cutout. Okay, all right, go do it. Get those things done. Get all those pieces ready to go, and then we'll start sticking the boat together, okay? All right, see you soon.